this is what Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, all of these guys are going to do this. Now, which ones are they going to choose specifically? Get this down. Carnegie chooses the vertical route. He's basically going to make the most efficient steel product out there in the country, and no one's going to be able to top that. Because here's the catch. If there were two businesses, as an example, there were two businesses inside your cafeteria. Both of them are going to give you pizza and a Coke. Okay? Same pizza, same Coke. One company says, I'll charge you $2.50 for that lunch. The other one says, I'll charge you $4 for that lunch. Which one will you choose? You will choose the cheaper one because it's the same thing. Okay? This is what Carnegie recognizes. Steel is steel. So I need to make the most cost-efficient way to make this steel to be the best business out there. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Rockefeller recognizes that he can be the dominant force because he can make the best product. And because he can make the best product, and he's the most trusted product out there, he can now buy out these other companies, improve their infrastructure, and now he can become the best here because of that monopoly of horizontal integration. I just want to make sure before I push on here, everyone realize and understand the difference between horizontal and vertical integration. We all good with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't want to confuse anyone. More or less, if you think about if there's a grids, vertical is basically the manufacturing process, where horizontal is your competitors. Okay. Vanderbilt uses horizontal. He's going to buy out the other railroad companies, okay, improve their railroad tracks, and then have the full control over certain cities. So he had full control over New York City, Buffalo, Rochester, Cleveland, and he becomes the dominant railroad tycoon in that region. Huh?
I get horizontal, but what's vertical?
Vertical is basically you're making your product the cheapest. So you might buy out or invest in what supplies you're getting. Okay, that makes sense? So like for instance, if you're a pizza company, you now have also a sauce company, a cheese company, and a crust company.
So you have all of it.
So you're basically making it so that way when you're getting the resources, you're getting it from the cheapest possible to then make your product to then also have that shipped out. That makes sense? Ethan?
So if you own all that, then what's the point of even like paying like your other companies for it? Because why wouldn't they all just be under like one company and then everybody get like paid from the same company even though they do
That
stuff?
is called, good call, a trust.
Oh.
Yeah, get this down. So instead of you owning these companies, now you all come together, okay? And you basically say, I'm going to maximize my output if you give me a discount. Would you rather have 1 quarter or 5 dimes? You want 5 dimes, right? That doubles your money. Yes, sir.
Jazzy, congratulations. You won the headphones and the Pepsi thing in the cafeteria, so congratulations, Jazzy.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Anyways, you'd rather have 5 dimes and 1 quarter, okay? What do I mean by that? You're not getting as much profit per transaction, but if you're getting more transactions, at the end of the day, you're making more money. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So instead of having 1 transaction, you're now having 5 small transactions. This is what Walmart does, okay? Walmart has decided they're not going to have the best product on the market, okay? But they're going to have the cheapest base product, okay? And this is really where the consumer starts thinking, okay? Here's a question for you. would you rather have a $300 couch that lasts you 12 years, or a $100 couch that lasts you 3 years? Why?
More bang for the buck.
Right, it is a more efficient thing, right? But if you're looking at just the money, what are most people going to go for? They're gonna go for the $100 one because it's the cheaper option, right? This is what Walmart does, okay? If you look at their furniture, is their furniture the best? No, okay? If you look at the quality, it's like, right? But for people who are on a budget, it works for them for that time period, okay? Same thing here. The idea of a trust is you'd rather get that $100 option cutting down your cost because now you're getting the same amount of profit than it would be to get that better quality piece, okay? Now, out of all these issues, the United States government, I'll give you get that top bullet there, the Sherman Antitrust Act, just that one. The Sherman Antitrust Act, founded in 1890 by Congress. Yeah, passed by Grover Cleveland. The president on the $1,000 bill, if you did not know. There is a thing, but it's not in currency anymore.
My dad has one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. The 1890 Sherman Antitrust Act is going to make it illegal to have trusts or a monopoly, which is going to limit the free trade within the country. What that means is this: a company should not have enough ability to then garner and change the market price. Does anyone know what current part of our economy is starting to have a monopoly being formed? It's not a product, it's currently a service. Anyone know? AT&T is doing it.
Oh,
They're trying to gain a monopoly in a certain market. Anyone know what it is?
entertainment? Like,
What do you mean by entertainment?
I know they bought out DirecTV.
Yes, they have bought out, ready? They have bought out, AT&T has bought out DirecTV and Time Warner in the last 14 months. Yes, it's now called Spectrum, but it's owned by AT&T, okay? AT&T is about to have a monopoly on all cable and satellite television. So we'll see what comes out of this, but it's gonna be really interesting. The question is does AT&T make the mistake of increasing the prices on their products? That'll be the big question, but that has just recently happened, and people have already said to possibly use the Sherman Antitrust Act on this, because what they've done is, though AT&T, DirecTV, Spectrum now, okay, have become separate companies, they're all controlled by one trust, okay? Does anyone know what's the only company out there for cable or satellite that's still not associated with this AT&T trust? Dish. Dish is it. There's also Comcast, but that's more regional, and a couple other really, really small cable networks. Yeah.
So why was Act like passed? Because like is there a problem with monopolies?
Because if you have a monopoly, you can then basically charge whatever you want. Okay? That make sense?
Yeah, but if the company isn't run by the government and it's an independent company, then shouldn't they be allowed to make the prices whatever they want?
True. The problem is that basically the idea of being able to charge whatever you want can then hurt the consumer. That's basically what they're trying to worry about. They're kind of balance. Rocket question?
Are there still monopolies like around?
In the world or in the
Yeah.
United States?
In the world.
In the world, yes. For instance, OPEC. OPEC in the Middle East, controlled by Saudi Arabia, that is an oil cartel that literally sets the global market price of all petroleum products. Because more or less at any moment, if a country attacks Saudi Arabia or the OPEC company for being bad business and basically trying to attack their price, they'll do what they did to the United States in the 1970s. They turned off the oil on us for 2 years. And our gas price doubled.
Think about that for a second. How much a gallon of gas would that be?
Was that where
$5.
you could only get gas?
Yeah, what's that?
Was that the time you could only get gas on certain days?
Yeah, you can only get gas on, I think it was odd days.
Yeah, it was based off like the first letter of your license plate or something?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're smart.
Well, I learned this.
Well,
Who would give us some of our gas from Canada?
What's that?
Don't we give most of our gas?
We're gonna get some of our oil from Canada around the Ontario region, with that Dakota pipeline that they're trying to finish up. We're also getting a lot of our petroleum from now the Gulf of Mexico, from ocean drilling, and also from Alaska and Texas. But the thing is that we don't have the same refining capabilities we used to have under Rockefeller. So a lot of times what we have to do is we actually have to outsource our refining to different areas, mainly now China, which is kind of interesting. Do you think?
Instead of like paying ridiculously high to get our oil refined, do some companies just take our oil in exchange? Like instead of making us pay 100% and then getting 100% of the oil back, do we have to pay like 75 and they get to keep 25% of the oil?
Yeah, that's some of these deals around the country. Basically, we'll ship you the raw crude oil. We want a discounted rate, but you get to keep X amount of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty common stuff. Yeah.
So if we stopped getting oil from Saudi Arabia and China, and just got our own oil from Texas, the Gulf of Mexico, and Alaska, do you think that would help, like lower gas prices a lot?
What it would do is, and this is kind of the weird part, because of the cost of the American worker, how much it costs to basically pay someone to have a career position in the United States, it's ironically would be more expensive for us to do that domestically right now, because of what the current trade agreements are worldwide. If you really want to destroy the OPEC, China, Mexico, oil prices, you've got to end oil.